Friend, you and I are the trees. And Jesus is looking at our lives to determine whether or not there is real, healthy fruit in our lives. He knows it has to grow. He'll be patient with the growth process. What Jesus doesn't like is when we're really dead and there's no potential for spiritual fruit in our lives. And he can't be deceived. He just has a perfect eye for whether or not a spiritual tree, a person, is alive. And by the way, trying to figure out, hey, Jesus, what's the minimum amount of fruit that will keep you from cursing me? That's not acceptable. Look at what Jesus said in John 15. When you produce, what are the next two words? Much fruit. You are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father. True disciples bear ongoing fruit, continual fruit. Much fruit, not occasional fruit. If you're the kind of believer who says, every now and then I just want to do something that God would like for me to do, that is not the kind of tree that God is inviting you to be. True followers of Jesus are always in the process of producing new, good fruit. And eventually, over the years, over a lifetime, it becomes much fruit. In that same passage, Jesus gives a similar warning. And then he tells us how we can be fruit-bearing believers. He says, I am the true grapevine. My Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do bear fruit so that they will produce even more. Yes, I am the vine. You are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. So do you hear the secret that Jesus is giving for how you can be a fruit-bearing believer? It's not in trying harder, doing more. The key is to be in Christ, to live your life in Christ, and for Christ to remain in you. And if that happens, you won't have to try to bear fruit, because good fruit is the inevitable result of life and health. If Jesus is in you and you are in him, your life will produce fruit. So the invitation is to be and not simply to do. If you become a sincere father, you will do the things that good fathers do. But if you just try to do some good fatherly things and don't become a good father, then you'll have trouble producing that fruit. If you're a devoted spouse, if you're a devoted employee, if you're a committed athlete, you will do the things that people in those roles do if you become that. But if you simply try to do it, you won't make it. And if you become a genuine follower of Jesus, you will do the things that a genuine follower of Jesus does. He will produce that fruit in you because it is natural produce. It is not a manufactured product.